Welcome to another edition of IMO Sports with Pedro Justice. Welcome to the live chat. This live chat is titled Kell Brook will defeat Terence Crawford on Saturday. Real or fake news? Do you believe that one Kell Brook from Sheffield, England has a chance to defeat Terence Crawford? We've heard the excuses. We've seen the odds, but do you believe it? This article says Kell Brook vows to shock Terence Crawford in toughest test of his career. Kell Brook says, "If I walk away from the sport, I want to know I have done everything I can." But has he done everything he could in his career? People are doubting Kell Brook. They're doubting him. They don't believe he can do it. And some people are betting for him because they hate Terence Crawford. Kell Brook, what do you say that you're going to do in the fight against Terence Crawford? Let's listen.
I'm glad that he's pound for pound fighter, the best in the world. Because when I beat him, I have that title. But I believe that he's never boxed a fully fledged welterweight.
Oh, you're a fully fledged welterweight?
Who's been a champion who really believes that they're going to win. And I can hit very hard, and I'm very accurate.
You can?
Crawford. And I'm going to need to be the best I've ever been this Saturday night to beat him. But what we've been doing in training and how I feel, coming down to the 147 limit and before...
You're coming down? Oh, you're coming down?
Rehydration clause. With a WBO, I weigh in, and I don't need to worry about weighing in again.
Oh, no worries, huh?
I come in on fight night and I weigh what I weigh. So
you weigh what you weigh.
And totally focused on Terence Crawford.
Okay, so what I unpack from that is he's saying that he's going to be the best version of Kell Brook because he's not going to be weight drained or anything. But who told you to dare to be great? Who told you to do that? You did that on your own. So you don't get a pass for that. It's up to Kell Brook to come in and be the best Kell Brook. There's no weight drain excuses. You will have to step up. This is the face-off in the final press conference with Terence Crawford and Kell Brook. They got into each other's face. They stared each other down, and they wanted smoke. Now, Kell Brook wants us to believe that Terence Crawford has never felt power like his power. He's never faced an accurate puncher at welterweight. Is this the Kell Brook of old or the Kell Brook of now? Who is the Kell Brook of now? We don't even know. Who knows who he is? I mean, look at Kell Brook on his page. He feels that he is the man. He's very confident. He's feeling himself. I mean, look at these pictures. Look at those eyes. Very focused. Look at that. Jumping rope. Oh yeah, look at Kell Brook. Oh, he's ripped up. Look at the muscles. Look at the 6, 7, 8 pack. Look at all of that. All of that. And let's go to the record at BoxRec. Now on BoxRec, it says that at the beginning of his career, was this Kell Brook? First 12 fights, 11 of the opponents with losing records. Not good. It wasn't until 2014 when he faced Sean Porter that he stepped up and he proved by majority decision that he was better than Sean Porter. Porter did not get the rematch. Why? Because one Kell Brook had a decision to make in his career. Do I try to be a dominant welterweight and prove that I'm the best in the world, or do I do the money grab and fight Triple G? Well, he moved up to welterweight in 2016. He went for the money grab, and his career has been going downhill since then. Next fight, he came back down to welterweight. And who did he face? Errol Spence in Sheffield, England. And guess what happened? He got his eye socket smashed in. And this is the second time. So he's been injured in 2 back-to-back big fights. And so at this point in time, 2017, he was 1-2 in big fights. And so you say, but I mean, he did a great job. Okay, did he, or was the game plan to allow Kell Brook to punch himself out, basically, give his best effort at any point in time in this fight with Errol Spence? Do you feel that Errol Spence was in any real danger? Now, he was losing rounds. True enough. He was losing rounds. But do you really feel that Errol Spence was in trouble? Because once Errol Spence decided to punch back, we saw what happened. Bop! I can see. Paw. Oh, my eye. Oh, my eye. And after that, what happened to Kell Brook? Bow down to a player that's greater than you. Bow down. That's what happened. Now, did he get some good punches in? Yes, he did. Kell Brook looks the part. He comes in, he trains, he's hooked up to machines, all of those things. But after 6 rounds, Kell Brook turns into an average Joe against top competition. And all of a sudden, Spence began to systematically break him down. And he imposed his will on Kell Brook. And when he hurt his eye, Kell Brook was down for the count, down and out. He was just looking for the referee to stop the fight. And that's exactly what happened. The fight got stopped. Kell Brook, at this point, his career is basically over. No one believes that he's a top welterweight. We heard about the American rivalry and all of those things, but at this point in his career, the money grab was more important than being a true welterweight champion and contender. He chose the money, and now we're here in 2020 asking ourselves, was Kell Brook ever a top dog? He was, but does he still have it? And will Terence Crawford get credit for defeating Kell Brook? Because we don't know which Kell Brook we're going to get. So after this beatdown from Errol Spence, he comes in 2018 on his comeback trail, and he has a fight with Rabchenko, and he gets a second round TKO. But guess what? He didn't look good to me. He didn't look good. He didn't look the same. And what did the people from Sheffield, England say? He's weight drained. He came down. Yeah. He's the one who went up to 160. And then he can't even make welterweight. And so he's 154 or whatever. Did he win a title at 154? Did he win a title at 160? I don't believe that he did. So the weight situation is his own. Now, look at this guy that he's facing. This guy is there to be hit, and he took those punches. Do you think Terence Crawford is going to just stand there and allow Kell Brook to throw these slow punches? Kell Brook doesn't even look fast here. He doesn't look accurate like he said he did. He does not look like the same guy that we once knew. He does not. He does not. And so when we see them standing face to face, looking at each other, Terence Crawford does not look small. Terence Crawford looks right there with Kell Brook. He looks as though, hey, man, no rehydration clause, because that's what he's banking on. Oh, I feel much better. For the first time, I get to be myself. I don't even know what that means for Kell Brook. But what we're looking for is for Terence Crawford to come into this fight and show why he is a top welterweight. We understand the situation with PBC fighters because they have the best welterweights. We've heard that Terence Crawford's contract may be ending in the next 3 months, 90 days or less or more. And so he will get his opportunity to fight the best. But right now on Saturday night, Kell Brook is his opposition. Do you think that Terence Crawford will destroy Kell Brook, or do you think Kell Brook will, for the first time in his career, rise to the occasion against a current pound for pound number one, because this is what Kell Brook has to look forward to. So we got on one end, we have Kell Brook. We were questioning him. We're questioning, can he beat Terence Crawford on Saturday? Is it real or is it fake? But on the other end there's a lot of Terence Crawford hate. People feel that he hasn't done anything yet, that he's pound for pound based on his old accomplishments. But you have to have accomplishments to build on. And so at the welterweight, he's saying, I'm fighting who wants to fight me. Yes, all the other fighters are on PBC, but right now I have Kell Brook in front of me, and this is what I'm going to do to him. Bah! I'm going to hit him. I'm going to hit him all night, and I'm going to roll him over like I did Benavidez. But Benavidez only had one leg. One leg. Okay, if he had one leg, then why would they allow him to come in this ring and fight against Terence Crawford? I think he passed his physical. Excuses. All the Terence Crawford hate is weak sauce. The only two people that you really want to see him face right now, maybe three, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. And guess what? All of those guys are on PBC. So if Terence Crawford gets out of his deal with Top Rank, and if he doesn't sign with PBC or sign with someone who allows him to fight PBC fighters, then we can say Terence Crawford is ducking. But right now, we have to allow Terence Crawford the opportunity to do what he can to get to the welterweight top of the division. He has a belt. He is fighting often. He is not sitting and just sitting there. He is fighting. So I like Errol Spence. I like Terence Crawford. I like Keith Thurman. I like Sean Porter. I like Danny Garcia because I love boxing. And I'm not going to sit here and act as though Terence Crawford is not one of the best fighters in the world. The real question is, will Kell Brook show up and compete? Because, I mean, to me, this Kell Brook is not impressive. He's not an impressive fighter. I mean, he was in here with Spence. Once Spence broke him down, that was it. Now, he had a fight with DeLuca. And guess what? Even in that fight, he got a 7th round TKO. I felt that he did not look good. I felt that DeLuca was a punching bag, and he was not accurate enough. And so in his last fight earlier this year, it didn't seem to me that Kell Brook was really going to bring it to Terence Crawford. So right now, Kell Brook is just a name. He is a gatekeeper unless he can show me that he is the actual real deal. Do you believe that Kell Brook has it in him? Because there are fans who are actually picking him because the odds are against him. Now, he will have the physical size. He will be the bigger man on Saturday. But will that matter? Will his punches be too slow for Terence Crawford? Will he have anything in the tank to prove that he is still a top fighter? Because right now, all Kell Brook has is talk. He just has talk. What has he done? What has he done? Look at this. I mean, he's a funny guy. I have nothing against Kell Brook at all. He's a funny guy. But I don't know if all of this training and all of this stuff, if he's going to really be ready to face Terence Crawford. Again, Kell Brook will defeat Terence Crawford on Saturday. Real or fake news? Do you believe that Kell Brook has what it takes to be a welterweight champion again? Or will he get dominated like Jose Benavidez did against Terence Bud Crawford? Let me know what you think. This has been another good live chat with Pedro Justice. We'll see you later.